owns this nation. Pedophilia is part of what we're talking about. And the hiding of the pedophiles is being done by none other than the FBI.
You literally have to have bricks for brains to take on the FBI in this country. And that's exactly what you have to do this properly. They now, in my opinion, in my investigation, are the architects of the cover-up.
The FBI has been informed as to everything that has come out of Benassi's mouth, and that was done by his attorney, John DeCamp.
I submitted it to them, and it was like a forbidden zone I'd entered where they won't even communicate on it or talk to you or even reply.
Under pressure from the FBI, Troy Bonner agreed to tell a Douglas County grand jury investigating Larry King that he and Alicia Owen had concocted the entire child abuse story on payment of a $500 bond. Troy Bonner was to be the star witness against Alicia Owen, but he grew uneasy about maintaining what he claims were the lies fed to him by the FBI. But when his brother Sean died in an inexplicable gun accident, Troy and his family were convinced they'd been sent a warning message.
And those of us that didn't want to be involved and didn't want to be involved were threatened.
For some reason, they had to send a signal to every kid who was a potential witness. A signal so loud and clear, if you dare to come forward, if you dare to talk, watch what happens.
And they threatened, that I can go find somebody that will kill you, and it will kill your family. You won't kill anybody.
Both grand juries admitted that Alicia Owen and Paul Bonacci, whose testimony extensively corroborated Owen's, had been badly abused. But this was done, they concluded, by persons other than those the young people named. Bonacci, too, was indicted for perjury. Two other victim witnesses, whose stories buttressed those of Owen and Bonacci, recanted under immense pressure. Alicia Owen and Paul Bonacci refused to recant.
Every victim witness who stepped forward in any way, or even was a potential witness that somebody heard about, has either been killed, put in jail under some theory or other, terrified or run out of the state, discredited.
Is there a way for a well-prepared person to come out attaining justice if they've been falsely accused?
Rarely.
Because just the stack is just so...
A lot of money. It takes a lot of people behind you. And, if you're just one person, you have to rely on a public defender. You might as well kiss it goodbye. And, if you're just one person, you have to rely on a public defender. You might as well kiss it goodbye.
Obviously, the FBI was protecting something a lot more significant than a bunch of old pedophiles having improper relations with little boys. They were protecting something a lot more significant than a bunch of drug peddlers.
The FBI was brought on because I think one of the few law enforcement entities that had enough power, enough resources, and wherewithal to be able to do such a massive cover-up.
If you told somebody, you may be telling the wrong person.
Yeah.
And it would leak out, whatever, and you may find yourself dead. You may find family members dead.
They were protecting some very prominent politicians, some very powerful and wealthy individuals associated with those politicians and the political system, up to and including the highest political people in this entire country.
Rusty, how much did Satanism play into the picture there? Was that a big part of it? What was it all about?
A lot of that centered around Michael Aquino.
Michael Aquino was a high-level officer in the National Security Agency. He was and is, you'll see him today, a practicing Satanist. He created the Satanic Temple of Set, which he still runs. He was a high-level NSA officer. He's a member of the association I used to be in, the Association of Former Intelligence Officers, AFIO. He's a member of that. He's plugged in big time to the intelligence community, and he wrote a paper called Mind War. And Mind War was about psychological operations against populations, including the domestic population.
Drug testing on American citizens was more widespread than previously believed.
They included experiments secretly involving hospitals testing drugs on terminal cancer patients and enlisting prisons to experiment on criminal sexual psychopaths.
The committee was never able to determine the full scope of the program since one-time CIA Director Richard Helms acknowledged that the program's records were destroyed in 1973 to avoid embarrassment.
Dr. Aquino, the high priest of the Church of Set, Temple of Set, also a colonel, interestingly enough, in the United States Army.
Aquino was first involved in MK-Ultra operations during the Vietnam War as part of the Phoenix program.
As this 1952 CIA memo says, the aim is controlling an individual to the point where he will do our bidding against his will, and even against such fundamental laws of nature as self-preservation.
Here's where it appears to have come from. In World War II, before it even ended, Alan Dulles and people from our intelligence community were already through Switzerland making contacts to get out Nazi scientists. As World War II ends, they not only get out rocket scientists, but they also get out some Nazi doctors who have been doing mind control research in the death camps. They brought them to the United States. Along with them was a young boy, a teenager, who had been raised in a Hasidic Jewish tradition and a background of Kabbalistic mysticism that probably appealed to people in the cult, because at least by the turn of the century, Aleister Crowley had been introducing Kabbalism into satanic stuff, if not earlier. And they started doing mind control research for military intelligence in military hospitals in the United States. And the people in military hospitals in the United States. And the people that came, the Nazi doctors, were Satanists. Subsequently, the boy changed his name, Americanized it some, obtained an MD degree, became a physician, and continued this work, and appears to be at the center of the cult programming today.